Behind every classic superhero is a great rogues gallery of villains, but even the Man of Steel has faced a few duds over the last 8 decades. I'm Nolan with HipComic, and today we're going to be looking at 5 of Superman's most ridiculous foes, along with 5 great ones. If you like what you're seeing, be sure to subscribe for more awesome videos, and check out our website for comic deals, auctions, and giveaways. Number 5. The Fearsome Funsters, Toyman and Prankster. It was silly when Prankster tried to copyright the entire English language. It was goofy when Toyman robbed a bank on a pogo stick. But when these two clowns tag-teamed in Superman Family 184, it was an absolute mess. Key moments include Superman whining like a toddler, Prankster getting arrested for wearing shorts, and Toyman catching a wicked uppercut. The last part was my favorite. Number 4. Bizarro. Some people love Bizarro, and that's fair. At different times, he's been a tragic Frankenstein figure, a screwball nuisance, and even a symbol for the duality of Superman. But there are just too many bad plot lines weighing down the good ones, like the Bride of Bizarro story from Action Comics 255. Then there's the movies, where he served as the inspiration for Nuclear Man, one of the lamest villains of them all. Unforgivable. Number 3. Mr. Mxyzptlk. Is that how you pronounce it? I hope that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, this prank-loving imp from the 5th dimension has appeared in more than 500 issues. For much of that time, the only way to defeat him was to, wait for it, get him to say his own name backwards. Like Bizarro, his storylines can be good when they focus on the power beneath the pranks. Still, a little imp goes a long way, and every time he appears, the plot lurches towards Looney Tunes territory. On a different note, to see the best possible version of these characters, check out Alan Moore's acclaimed 1986 two-parter, Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. Like a master chef, he crafts something delicious out of very cheap ingredients. Instead of a dim-witted oaf, Bizarro is a suicidal maniac. The Fearsome Funsters go from dunces to straight-up terrorists, and Mr. Mxyzptlk decides to stop being mischievous and start being evil, forcing Superman to rethink his no-killing policy. It's a must-read. Number 2. The Puzzler. Excluding his Shakespearean TV banter with Batman, everything the Puzzler ever did, the Riddler would have done better. Golden Age lowlights include Action Comics 49, where he loses to Superman at checkers, or Superman number 20, where he attacks card players using the power of irony, beating a poker player with a fireplace poker, pushing a bridge player off a bridge. You get the idea. Number 1. Microwave Man. In the late 1970s, some people still thought microwave ovens were killing them with radiation. Some of these same people were watching Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I'm guessing that's how we got Louis Paget, a thief who gave himself superpowers using microwaves, then spent 40 years traveling the galaxy with extraterrestrials. Appearing in Action Comics 487 and 488, Microwave Man had some seriously messed up priorities. He isn't interested in conquering the planet or even redeeming himself for past crimes. Nope. His big plan is to undergo a suicidal de-aging procedure so he can fistfight the Man of Steel for no particular reason. Inexplicably, Superman lets the dope win to save his ego before he falls over and dies. Luckily, the whole concept died with him. Now let's switch gears to the really good villains. Number 5. The Xenomorphs. Reviews for Superman Aliens have always been mixed, but any comic book villain who gives me chest discomfort while reading deserves a top 5 spot in my book. This 90s time capsule finds the always awesome Xenomorphs forcing a depowered Superman to face their signature brand of body horror. A 2002 sequel brought the alien horde back for more, but the underrated original series is the one to find, if only to witness the glory of the super mullet. Number 4. Doomsday. Speaking of the 90s, how can you ignore the Kryptonian demon who literally beat Superman to death? Introduced as a mindless killing machine, a tragic origin story later added some genuine pathos to the plotline. Doomsday's real-life origin is just as fascinating, but it forever shackled him to the death of Superman. a story that helped drive the industry into the ditch while also attracting mainstream popularity in a way that wouldn't be matched until Iron Man in 2008. It's easy to forget that TV news outlets ran real obituaries for Superman after Doomsday killed him. For Xennial geeks like me, it was one of those shared pop culture experiences you just don't see much of anymore. Number 3. Feora. Zod gets the headlines, but his better half is the real badass. Feora Hu'ul hates men with a passion, throws hands like an inmate, and gives Kal-El all the smoke whenever they meet. She was almost famous in Richard Donner's beloved 1978 adaptation, but got passed over in favor of a Hollywood doppelganger named Ursa, who eventually ended up in the comics too. She finally made it to the big screen in Man of Steel, but her appearances in Superman and Wonder Woman number 4, number 5, and number 6 showcase this underrated villainess at her best. Number 2. Lex Luthor. He may have started out as a red-haired dirigible captain, but Lex quickly evolved into a bald, Nietzsche-esque cipher for the dark side of humanity. Despite being a puny earthling, his brilliance, billions, and megalomania keep him forever relevant as a supervillain. If we're being honest, his combination of jealousy, resentment, and obsession over Superman is a more accurate picture of today's society than the awestruck cheerleaders of the Golden Age. That's probably why modern-era series like Lex Luthor, Man of Steel have found success casting him as an anti-hero. Number 1. Darkseid. As the quintessential comic book big bad, most of Superman's problems eventually lead back to this Apocoplian nightmare. Marvel's big screen success has led some misguided use to call Darkseid a discount Thanos, but it's actually the other way around. The Mad Titan was introduced 2 years after the new god, and later redrawn to look more like him in future appearances. Hot take: the Infinity Gauntlet is a toy compared to the anti-life equation. Obviously, some real D-listers have been left out, like Sleaze and Cancer, alongside some true greats like Brainiac and Mongol. Think we missed the mark on some of these picks? Let us know in the comments, and tell us what comic book videos you want to see next. And if you're looking to expand your comic collection, be sure to check us out on our website. And seriously, find a copy of Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. You won't be sorry.